it was pretty impressive. I mean, it was 15, 20 plus bushel difference between the line where I ran it and where I did. My name is Chris Winderlin. I live in Scott City, Kansas, which is the western part of the state. We're about 60 miles from the Colorado line. And my primary crops are corn and wheat. That's our biggest factor out here. We average 17 inches of rain a year. I mean, that's not much. You hear the guys in the Corn Belt getting 40 inches or something like that. It doesn't take a lot of rain out here to make a good crop, but we also got to deal with that terrible heat we have in July and August. That seems to be where we get the brunt of it. And the winds, we always have the 15 to 20 mile an hour winds. So it's if we can find something to help us out in that little period, I think that's where this product shines too. So the last 4 or 5, probably 5 fields of dryland corn I used it on them. And then I also used it on a couple circles of irrigated, which you're sitting there going, you wouldn't think that the stress would be that high on the irrigated. But what I found out on this, the biggest deal was the circle right by the shop, is I didn't think the herbicide itself was slowing down that plant quite as much as, when it was uptaking, when you put your herbicide on. And it was to the line where I ran out. I ran out with like 10 acres left. And I said, well, that'll be an awesome check spot. So I just went back in and left the Relax RX out and put the herbicide on the remainder of the field. And halfway through the summer, I'm sitting there to myself, what did I do here? The corn was actually, I would guess, at least 12 to 14 inches taller where the Relax RX was. And it actually looked like a different variety of corn out there. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? I actually had some NDVI footage, some aerial footage taken of it, and just to check stress spots of it. And you could see to the line where I put the Relax RX at. I basically cut the west half of that circle separate from the east half. It did a completely different yield check on it. And the west half of the circle made 262 bushel. So I started pinning the lines where I ran out and where I didn't run out. And it was pretty impressive. I mean, it was 15, 20 plus bushel difference between the line where I ran it and where I didn't. For one product to do that much on a field that particular sprinklay has very good water, you're sitting there going, I don't pivot should have never stressed. I believe that the Relax part of it, when it comes to the herbicide, helping that plant get through that initial herbicide intake, it's amazing. And I think that's why I got a whole shuttle of it sitting in the shop right now. I just went and bought a 265 gallon shuttle because I'm like, this is the deal. It's amazing.